Now that we've actually gone through the different games that are actually in Wai Wai World, let's take a look at the game itself and see how it plays. At first, you can only choose from doors 1 and 2. Door 1 leads to Dr. Cinnamon, while the second door leads to the 6 various stages where your friends are being held captive. You won't be able to access door 3 until you rescue all of your friends. First off, you start with Konami Man and Konami Lady. These are your 2 main characters, and if your entire party dies, they will be the only 2 that you will start over with. As basic characters, they have normal attacks, but when you find the cape in one of the areas, they can both fly. Then, in no particular order, there's Goemon. His attacks are pretty good in that they reach further in front and above him than Konami Man and Konami Ladies. This is good for attacking monsters from below. He's also the only character that can open treasure chests. Simon Belmont III has his traditional whip from his family that can attack monsters from far away. Otherwise, he's pretty normal. The whip is slow though, so it's really not the best weapon to run a stage with. And Mikey, he's pretty short. Well, he's a kid. And he can access areas that adults can't. But because of this, his attacks are just a bit weaker than normal, and he tends to take more damage than the others. At least I've noticed it. Protect him for when you need him. King Kong is stupid strong, but he's also big, meaning that while he can take down enemies in fewer hits than other people, he can't walk through some areas. And he weighs more too, so hovering platforms might just go down. His arching rock attack can take out enemies below you as well as destroy some walls. Fuma has a weird attack that's kind of awkward. I mean, it's the attack that he gets in his game. I mean, everybody's got their attacks that they get from their games. But to compensate for that, it not only takes out walls, just like in the video game, but it also makes items appear more often, supposedly. Then there's the Moai. The Moai from Gradius? Wait a second, he was an enemy. Well, Moai has a strong headbutt attack that can take out certain walls. He's also a rock, and so can absorb a lot more damage than any of the other characters. Now to the stages. These are Port City, Edo, Japan, Hell, the Castle, the City, and the Kaiju stage. You have to go through a certain stage, find a key, and then find the people trapped and release them. Press down in front of their cage to release them. Then, find your way back to the transporter. I bet you thought it was over, but no, you've got to go all the way back through. Sometimes it's not as bad as it sounds, and sometimes it's just worse than getting there. Now here's the controls. B is the attack button, while A is your jump button. You can enter doors by pressing down, or some game areas by pressing up. To switch a character to their secondary weapon, press down and A. Do the same to switch back to your main weapon. To switch characters, press up and A. You can make Konami Man or Konami Lady fly by pressing and holding the A button. Have them resume walking by making them touch the ground. If a character dies along the way, Dr. Cinnamon's brother will be happy to resurrect them for a fee of 100 bullets. Yeah, bullets. I know. It's creepy. As is the way he dresses. Just take note of which characters you need to bring back and make sure you choose the right one from the list. As for the passwords, well, those are in Japanese too, so unless you know the language, write the characters carefully. Just be careful and double check. Now in Edo, Japan, there are 3 doors. Each one of the doors contains a person who will play a specific game with you. But be careful because sometimes the risks are greater than what you're going to get. You can even lose your life. Now once you rescue all of your friends, you can finally enter door 3, where you can choose from either Twinbee or Vic Viper to fly. But you only get one chance. Get shot down too many times, and you have to go back to get them all resurrected. Gets to be a pain after a while. There's one final stage after the shooting stage, and I'll leave that for you to discover. So, to wrap things up. This game must be yours if you are a Konami fan of any sorts. The different cameos are entertaining for everyone. and it's a platformer, which is, I think, easier for a wider variety of people to enjoy than other games. The difficulty all depends on which stages you attempt and which order, but it won't be as easy as you may think. The graphics really are astounding. It's one of Konami's best games. Each character is well rendered and even has their own transport and death sequences. With Japanese storyline, menus, and passwords, this isn't the easiest of games, but hopefully from watching this video, you'll be able to maneuver these sections with ease. The controls are fairly easy to get used to, and they aren't sluggish at all. Pretty good. I'm not gonna lie here, it's not gonna be a game you will play over and over probably, but I think you may spend quite some time just going back to it for nostalgic reasons. It's not too expensive. I found it on eBay and import sites anywhere from $8 to $30 with a box. You only need the game unless you're a collector, but it can be had on the cheap if you look. Now, Wai Wai World really started off the Konami multi-character boom. I mean, they made a second Konami Wai Wai World game, which was a lot of fun also. They made a racing game, and they also made a mahjong game. But that's another game for another time. So, thanks for watching, and be sure to leave written or video comments about what you thought of this episode, or about other games you might like to see me play in the future. And see you in Season 3. Now here's the controls. Woo! Okay, finding Simon Belmont's distance weapon is not going to be easy. In fact, it's hidden, just like things are hidden in Castlevania. So here's how you find it.